sees a return to action for Lamar Jackson. The first time since week 4. As you might surmise, he makes quite a difference when he's available, especially to Mark Andrews. Here on a 4th and goal, great play design. He finds his guy. Touchdown Ravens on a 4th down, and the lead is 7-3. They do not look back. This is a beautiful play design. Jackson, there's his man, and it's Andrews for the 2nd time. Great play design, and a couple of Dolphins run into one another, and that's going to give 89 all the room he needs to find the end zone. 3rd quarter, same score. It's a 3rd and 6. That's the money down in this league. And this is Jackson. Nowhere to go. Oh, I can go to the 50 on a run. Hamstring looks great. One tight end's already caught 2. Where's my guy, Charlie? Charlie Kohler there, and it's the Ravens cruising, and then here, clean pocket. Time to climb that pocket and find Rashad Bateman. 3 touchdown passes, went under duress, the most in any game by a quarterback this season. And the Ravens go on to the victory. And Lamar Jackson is joining us now. Lamar, hey, it's Scott Van Pelt. Thanks for taking a minute to be with me here on the show back at home in South Florida. And I've heard athletes say that the hardest thing to do, man, is to listen to your body and let your body tell you when you're good enough to get back to it. How difficult was it to buy the time you needed to be as healthy as you were tonight?
Yeah, you know, it's tricky. It's a hamstring injury, and I never had a hamstring injury before, but I just know if I want to go back out there and compete with my guys, man, I got to let it heal up a little, and that's all we did.
Your defense is getting healthier too. Earlier, Damian Woody was with me, and whether it's Kyle Hamilton or Queen or whomever, I mean, it's just everybody's looking different out there. Roquan, I beg your pardon. Guys just look different in terms of their level of health. Just across the board, how does your group feel as you guys look down the road at this next, say, 6-week stretch?
We feel good. You know, like you said, we got everybody coming back healthy. We just got to stay dialed in, and know what's ahead of us, knowing it's do or die right now. Starting the season off extremely slow. We've never been in this situation, not since I've been here, but, we just got to lock in and keep doing what we're doing.
On the show a few weeks ago, you guys are like 1-5, and I'm sitting right out here, and look, I say some dumb stuff, but I thought I was saying something smart. I said, I'm not quitting on the Ravens. They're going to get healthy, and they're going to come out of their bye, and they're going to be fine. What was the mood like up there in the castle, right? Because you guys are banged up, and you've never been in this spot. How organizationally do you guys just stay calm and know we're going to be okay in time?
Just knowing where we are in the place of the LLC right now, God just stayed dialed in. Knowing, like I said before, do or die. God just didn't get complacent. Everybody in meetings locked in. Go to the practice field, we locked in, treating everything like a game situation. And then so we can come out and perform on Thursdays like we did tonight, or Sundays, Mondays, whichever day it is.
It's impossible, Lamar, for me not to think about that video back in the day where you put on the brakes at the goal line, right, and you just walk in, and it's high school. And I feel like there's times, even at this level, Lamar, there's times when you just make the game look so impossibly slowed down, like you're living in the Matrix. Just to be back out there with your guys tonight, just how do you describe the feeling of being able to be out there and to compete again and lead your guys to the victory?
I felt awesome, man. No other place I'd rather be, just to be out there with my guys and performing, man. And shout out to the defense, offensive line, all the skill positions, special teams, because we got it done. Just got to keep going.
All right. Well, I know you got your folks there, and back at home there. That's what I'm going to close with. Just that young man back in the day is now an MVP and playing at the very highest level. To be there, to be back where it all started. What is a night like that like?
Man, it feel great. I just told the guys at the podium earlier, last time we played here, like 2021, we didn't play a good game. We lost against these guys. Some of the same guys on the defense. But this time we prevailed. We got the dub. And it's always good to come home and get a win.
Yeah, and then you get that many buys, so maybe you hang out for a bit. I don't know, whatever your travels may take you, stay well, stay healthy. I appreciate you taking a minute to say hello and tell everybody up there in Baltimore I send my best, all right?
Appreciate you, Mr. Scott. Oh.
South Florida. He's thrown 18 touchdowns in 5 career games against the Dolphins, the second most touchdown passes by any quarterback in his first 5 against the team since 1950, trailing only George Blanda. That's back in the day. Damian Woody, so good to have him with us in studio on Thursday. And last year, you might remember, I just couldn't quit the Bengals. And this year at 1-5, I said Baltimore is a team I won't quit because I think they're going to be just fine. Here they are with a convincing victory with not just Lamar back, but a bunch of pieces on defense on all levels that are coming back healthy. Are you as bullish on Baltimore long-term as I am?
Listen, initially, I said Baltimore was done. I was ready to stick the fork in Baltimore, but what we've seen from Baltimore is, again, like you said, they're getting healthy. The key for Baltimore is their defense. Their defense, those guys on the defensive side of the football getting healthy and playing the style of football, the brand of football that we've been used to with the Baltimore Ravens. Remember last year, it had a similar type of situation where the defense was bad. Then they moved Kyle Hamilton back kind of, in the deep part of the secondary. Things started to stabilize and that defense really took off. You can kind of start seeing now this defense starting to stabilize some.
We were there in Baltimore for a Monday night game against Detroit where they just could not get off the field, and they couldn't get stops against anyone. Tonight they hold Miami to 6, and I understand Miami largely this season has been on the struggle bus, but look, this is a giant step in the right direction from the defense, and obviously Lamar changes the calculus entirely. As we're watching upstairs earlier, there was a play that you said is above the X's and the O's. We're going to look at it. I want you to explain to me what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's literally Lamar Jackson. You see the pocket, the Miami Dolphins, the pocket starting to clap. And Lamar Jackson, this is just vintage Lamar Jackson. Here he is, just escaping the pocket, keeping his eyes down the field, and just making, one of those plays that's above the X's and O's. There's only a few quarterbacks that can go out here and do that type of play that Lamar Jackson just did right there.
And it's the patience to know where the line of scrimmage is and to float on. I think that's where you see him evolve. We got to visit with Coach Harbaugh earlier this year in advance of Countdown, and he just talked about the IQ and the evolution of sort of his understanding of the game. And I think you saw it off schedule, ad-libbing, much like Patrick Mahomes the other night on Monday Night Football. Jackson, we get it. An MVP's going to make him better.
That's right.
On the other side of things for Miami, look, man, they beat Atlanta last week, and RC and I on Monday were like, hey, man, give them credit for a professional effort.
Right.
But tonight, man, there's just one mistake after another, and this has happened far too often, hasn't it, Damian?
Yeah, I mean, this is what bad teams do, to be honest with you. Bad teams, they make bad plays, whether you're talking about 2 fumbles, you go for it on 4th down, deep in the, opposition territory, you jump off sides. Like, there's just so many plays that you can look at the Miami Dolphins and say, if they just played clean ball, we might have who knows what this game could have been. But again, bad teams make bad plays at bad times.
Yeah, and I think, look, whether it's this week in the bye or we've heard that Miami's going to have patience with Mike McDaniel, I think we could see that something's going to have to change.
There's going to be changes.
They're pot committed on Tua, man. He got that money, and it just seems like something will change there. I just want to bring it back to Baltimore just to ask